What is going on, everybody? Shane here with First to Overland. Welcome back to another series. This is our first official trip of 2026, season 3 of our Eastern Washington Adventure series. It is going to look a little different than years past. So, the last several years we have done multi-day trips across the area. If you remember season 1, we did Banks Lake and a couple other reservoirs. This year, we are just gonna do 2 camps, but one of the or I guess 3 camps. Today it's a Thursday afternoon. We are just getting off work and headed up and over Snoqualmie Pass. Tonight it's just Eric and myself. We're just gonna find camp, get the majority of the drive done to where our final destination is. We'll get the majority of the drive done tonight, and then finish the rest tomorrow morning after we work for a couple hours. So yeah, tonight we're gonna camp just north of the gorge area, and then tomorrow we are going to push to the Winthrop area. And we are going to go and check out the Winthrop Hot Air Balloon Festival. It has been on our list for quite some time, and so we're finally getting the opportunity to check that out. So we'll camp up there Friday night, meet up with the rest of the crew tomorrow, or excuse me, Friday morning or mid-morning, and then Saturday night we're looking at camping, kind of starting our trip kind of a little bit back south, camping somewhere outside Wenatchee area, and then Sunday will be the big push back to HQ, and then back to the work week. So come along with us for the weekend. I will do my best to record what I can. This is my first trip of the year, so a little rusty on filming, so bear with me here. But yeah, should be a great time. So with that, enjoy the video, and yeah. With the plan set, it was time to leave the daily grind and the work week in the rearview mirror. Heading I-90 east, you can literally watch the landscape shift as you push out of the mountains and into the rolling hills and wind farms of eastern Washington. We finally pulled into our first camp just north of Vantage, just in time to catch an incredible sunset over the water surrounding us with a handful of birds and a fading sky. It was a very peaceful start to the trip. We woke up the next morning to a massive foreign orange globe in the sky. Being from the west side and it being early March, we weren't quite used to that. So Eric and I took a minute to soak it in, but unfortunately, the road was calling.
We packed up camp and pushed north towards Wenatchee to grab coffee, breakfast, and try to come to terms with the reality that remote work sometimes means dialing into a 9 a.m. meeting from the parking lot of some random shop in downtown Wenatchee. Unfortunately, the day consisted a good chunk of work and projects while we waited for the rest of the team to roll in from their work. So the camera stayed in the bags while we knocked out some last-minute trip planning and some work emails. Once the remote work day was wrapped up, we rendezvoused with the rest of the crew who had just made the trip from the west side. From Wenatchee, we made the long push up to Winthrop. By the time we actually hit camp and everyone got situated, it was well past dark. Between the lack of lighting and just being dead tired from a long day and still trying to recover from the work week, the cameras got left behind in the trucks and we settled in for a low-key night around the fire, laughing and just catching up and enjoying being in the moment. But the next morning, that long, dark drive paid off in a big way. Any exhaustion from the night before disappeared the second the sun came up, giving us front row seats to the Winthrop Hot Air Balloon Festival. Since it was the first time any of us had made it out to this event, we honestly didn't anticipate how massive these balloons would be in person. Seeing those giant bursts of colors pop and watching the entire fleet of balloons lift off against the snow-capped Methow Valley backdrop was absolutely surreal. This right here is why we push through the long drives, because these are the moments we live for. Now, jumping ahead to our final morning because, of course, like I said earlier, we're a little rusty on the filming. Getting to this point was a journey. The night before is one I won't forget anytime soon. Our original camp spot outside Wenatchee ended up being gated off, and while we were figuring out a plan B, some crazy local decided to call the cops on us for just waiting outside a gate. Fortunately, the officer was super cool about it, but forced us to keep moving into the dark. Shout out to Wenatchee PD. You guys are awesome. Thank you for making a Karen situation not a Karen situation. We eventually found a spot along Section 4 of the Washington BDR, just outside Cashmere. It started out peaceful, but as we gained elevation, the wind started howling. And after a tree crashed into my house back in December, I become super hyper-focused on the wind. While the rest of the crew completely passed out, I spent the entire night staring at the ceiling of my tent, listening to every single gust. When the sun finally came up, we wasted absolutely no time packing the tents, but despite the sleep deprivation, snaking our way down the hillside, splashing through some deep puddles, and taking in those blue skies and rolling hills made for an epic end to a wild and awesome weekend. Though, like I originally stated in the intro, though this video was supposed to be a multi-episode series, it clearly is not. Please bear with us. Definitely a little rusty after not having the cameras out for a couple months. So getting back into it was a little harder than anticipated, and also I think we just wanted to all kind of just enjoy our time together. It had been a couple months since we had all done a trip, so it was great catching up with everyone. So with that, thank you for watching the video. To everyone who came out and camped with us on this trip, thanks for trusting us to put this trip together and make an unforgettable weekend on multiple fronts. So with that, if you're new to the channel, don't forget, hit that subscribe button, smash that bell, and like the video if you enjoyed watching the epic drone shots. Until next time, we will see you on the trail. Bye, guys.